Tesla, another stock we're watching today, up a whopping 600% so far this year as the company outperforms during this pandemic and as investors continue to pour money into the electric vehicle space.
Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to a little bit of the mainstream finance media's coverage of Tesla's stock and its imminent S&P 500 inclusion, and having a little bit of laugh at some of the clear, obvious, and uncontrollable emotional responses of at least one of the anchors who happen to be on Yahoo Finance, who appears to be offering everybody a large dose of sodium. So let's get into the video. But first, hey guys, if you live in the US and you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 4 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 2 free stocks between $2.50 and $250 each just for opening an account. And if you deposit $100, you'll get a further 2 free stocks valued between $8 and $1,600 each. That is an obnoxiously good return on your investment. I mean, really, deposit $100 and you'll end up with, at minimum, $21 worth of stocks, a 21% ROI on your money. And if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
All right, a company we also talk quite a bit about here on Yahoo Finance is Tesla. They are set to join the S&P 500 to begin trading on December 21st. The rebalance will happen on Friday, December 18th. And Julie Hyman, this is going to be the largest rebalance or the largest requirement of trading volume that has ever happened for a company entering the S&P. And as we discussed back when the news was initially announced that they'd be joining, they're going to be the 10th largest, 9th largest company within the index. Upon inclusion.
I think they've actually moved up by now, Miles. I think there's something like 7 or 8 at this point. I was looking at the numbers from Howard Silverblatt over at S&P, which he sent after the decision and the announcement were made. He said if you adjust the current market value for float, you get $437 billion. That would produce $72.7 billion in required trades because of the various companies that the various managers that index to the S&P 500.
Are there any other nerds out there that are just plain excited, not necessarily to see Tesla entering the S&P 500, but just to see any company of this scale, this market cap entering? I'm just so interested as an observer of the stock market as to what the actual fuck will happen to Tesla's stock price in the lead up to and the subsequent days, weeks and months following inclusion in the S&P 500. The research I've done seems to suggest that most companies will see a boost in stock price in the short term following the announcement they'll be included in the S&P 500 index, but subsequently give away almost all, if not all, of that return and then some. The big question is, will Tesla follow suit? It's run almost 40%, maybe a little bit more as I record this depending where the stock price is at. It's run almost 40% just based on this announcement. Does that mean after inclusion it loses 40%? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Nothing of the sort has ever happened before. This is just such an enormous monstrosity entering the index. I have no idea what's going to happen.
He says, in addition to the normal rebalancing trades of that day, which were $32 billion for September, the last time there was a rebalancing. So it looks like you could just have an enormous amount of trading volume that day, spurred partly by Tesla and partly by other types of rebalancing.
One thing is for sure. The week surrounding Tesla stock's inclusion in the S&P 500 index will be anything but boring. And now over to Salty McSalton to hear a few comments regarding his thoughts on Tesla stock.
Julie, my analysis this morning on Tesla is very simple, and this is the Yahoo Finance Premium stat of the day. PE ratio trailing on Tesla, now 1,085, and all these momentum traders and Tesla buying the stock ahead of them joining the S&P 500. I get it. There's a lot of momentum. This is what you do. You trade that momentum, and maybe you put on more gains. But at some point, Miles and Julie, valuations on Tesla will have to matter. And it might matter now that the company is going to be part of the S&P 500, and it might matter on that fourth quarter earnings call.
Now, I don't mean to pick on Salty McSaltface here too much. It's just I've kind of noticed a trend over the last few months. I've seen this host, this anchor Brian, very negative towards not only Tesla, but Elon Musk. Even suggesting very recently that now Tesla's going to be entering the S&P 500, that Elon Musk should moderate and completely change his behavior to fit into a more conventional CEO template. Why? I don't know. My funny feeling here is that Brian just doesn't like the fact that Elon Musk does things differently and better and is also simultaneously
winning.
I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, guys. But it's important to be aware there are people, there are anchors in the mainstream finance media who have their own personal biases. I mean, I'm biased as fuck here. Like, I'm a total Tesla fanboy. The only difference between somebody who has a major negative bias toward Tesla and a fanboy like myself is that I've been accurately making predictions about the future of this company and their performance and the direction of the stock price, and am currently batting 1,000. Everyone's biased, but not everyone is credible.
Sazi, they have a PE. That's an improvement for Tesla, being able to at least have a ratio.
Sick.
You can at least do the math now, dividing by something like earnings. And just to wrap up the point there, Tesla will be the 7th largest company in the S&P 500 upon inclusion. The market cap right now is only 20 billion less than Berkshire Hathaway's. They're currently the 6th largest company within the S&P 500. So another decent day for Tesla, and all of a sudden it's only the FANG names, including the M with Microsoft ahead of them. That'd be Facebook, Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, and of course Apple, sitting right over $2 trillion in market cap.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any ideas for a new acronym like FANG. Maybe Fathom, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Tesla, Microsoft. Surely somebody can come up with something better than that.
Tesla, another stock we're watching today, up a whopping 600% so far this year as the company outperforms during this pandemic and as investors continue to pour money into the electric vehicle space. Now, the stock's most recent breakout came last month following news that it would be included in the S&P 500 index. And today we're getting details on just how Tesla will be added to the index and what that would mean for investors. Yahoo Finance's Emily McCormick is here with those details. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Alexis. And as you mentioned, Tesla is set to be the largest company ever added to the S&P 500. That company will join the index before the open of trading on Monday, December 21st, based on its closing prices from Friday, December 18th. Now, we don't yet know what company specifically Tesla will be replacing in the index, although that is set to be announced in mid-December.
I have to admit, I have absolutely no idea which company is going to get kicked out of the S&P 500 index to make way for Tesla. Let me know your guess in the comments below. If enough people leave a guess, someone's probably going to be right.
Now, importantly, Tesla is going to be added all at once into the S&P 500. Remember that S&P Dow Jones indices had considered an unprecedented move of adding the company in multiple phases, given its massive market capitalization of around $550 billion. Now, the company is set to be the 6th largest company in the S&P 500. It has since pulled ahead of Berkshire Hathaway by market capitalization, and its index weighting is expected to be a bit more than 1%. So going to be up there among some of those big tech names that are among the highest weighted in this index itself. Now, taking a look at the stock, Tesla is adding to its year-to-date gains today. It's trading just higher by about 1.5% in intraday trading. The stock has risen more than 40% since November 16th. That's the day that S&P Dow Jones indices first announced that the company would be included in the S&P 500.
Now, I don't want to be a party pooper here, but we do have to have the honest conversation. There's a good chance, a very good chance, that Tesla stock is going to give away some of those gains after S&P 500 inclusion. Maybe the majority of those gains. Of course, as a long-term Tesla stock investor, I don't care what happens in the next week, month, or year. I'm holding for more than a decade plus from this point, so I really don't care. With a long-term perspective, I think Tesla stock is still dirt cheap. But I have to be honest, I could be having this conversation in about a month's time when there's a bloodbath after S&P 500 inclusion with a bunch of people that literally just discovered Tesla stock yesterday and went all in going, wait, what happened? I'm down 20-30%. So I'm just kind of cutting that off before it happens. That is a possible outcome. Please be ready for that. And don't be a moron and panic sell if that happens, unless of course you want me to make a video and laugh about you in the future, which I'm happy to do, to teach people how not to be a moron in the future and how not to lose their money in the future, because I've been watching this thing play out for about 12 months with people leaving stuff in the comments. I'm selling now, I'm panicking, the world's ending, pandemic, everyone's going to die, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I regret that. I shouldn't have done that. Man, I should have listened to you, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just trying to cut that one off before it happens again.
And even before that, we had seen the stock pop starting in the spring and summer on speculation that it would get added to the index. And those rumors only started to accelerate even further after the company delivered its 4th straight quarterly profit back in July. Now, a lot of optimism around getting added to an index, of course, has to do with the fact that more investors are going to have exposure to Tesla's stock. Around $11.2 trillion in assets are benchmarked to the S&P 500. So a huge opportunity opportunity here for investors who may have stayed on the sidelines when it came to actually entering a position in Tesla shares specifically to actually get in here via an index fund or mutual fund that tracks the S&P 500. So it will be interesting to see how this stock trades in the weeks leading up to December 21st. Always an interesting one to watch here, Alexis.
The moral of the story on this one, the next few weeks regarding Tesla stock will be anything but boring. So grab your popcorn, get comfortable and enjoy the show. As I'm coming to you now, Tesla stock in the high 500s, down a few percent for the day, taking a slight breather, but still up over 700% for the year. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget, if you live in the US and you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 4 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 2 free stocks between $2.50 and $250 each just for opening an account. And if you deposit $100, you'll get a further 2 free stocks valued between $8 and $1,600 each. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.